Two positions in baseball where you can practice on every pitch is a pitcher and a catcher. My name is John Tamargo, InsideBaseball.com, and I'm here to show you we're going to work on positioning and also sign giving with Devin here, and we're going to get right at it. First of all, we want to try to be able to get ourselves in a position where a pitcher can get the most out of his strike zone. What we don't want to try to do is be too far back or too far forward. What we want to try to do is get ourselves a safe distance from the hitter where we can actually be closer so we can get breaking balls over the plate for strikes and also receive and have the umpire more comfortable. So what we want to try to do is get ourselves in a position, if the hitter's here, we want to try to get ourselves where the glove is out almost touching us. And if we get to that position right there, now we know that we're going to be okay as far as a hitter's swing. What we want to try to do too is also, if you have someone that has a big back swing, we want to be careful with that. If he's back here, we want to try to move back. This is all adjustments that you can make as a catcher to get yourself in a position to be able to get your pitcher as many strikes as you can. So what I'm saying is, if you're here and he's swinging forward, we want to try to be right here as far as a right-hand hitter. Now, we're going to the left-hand side, which is a little bit different. We are also going to do the same thing. The only thing we're going to try to do at this point is we're going to take off our glove and we're going to grab it on the bottom here. And we're just going to try to get ourselves to where we're almost in position where we can contact that back knee. So what we want to try to do again is get ourselves in position where we can get pitcher strikes and the umpire's in a comfortable position. So again, if we're swinging, if you're in this position here, you have no fear of being hit by the bat. And that's one of the big things in baseball, is that a catcher's always got that fear of being hit with a bat. Also, we want to talk about being interference-wise, where we stick our glove out there. If we're too close, now we have a chance to start with an interference call here. All right, so that's one of the things. And also with this too is you don't want to get close enough where if you have a backswing, you get hit back in the helmet and stuff like that. So basically what we want to try to do is get ourselves in a position where we can get pitcher strikes. And the reason we want to get pitcher strikes is because they're out there laboring. So let me just show you. If we're in a position where we're at right now, we can go out, and if we have our target and he throws a breaking ball and he catches it here, now we've got a strike as far as the umpire is concerned. We always want to try to give the umpire a great view of the strike zone. If we sit too far back and he catches that ball, now we're looking at a ball. So what you always want to try to do is get yourself in the position where you can help your pitcher to get a strike as many times as he can. And this is basically where we want to be when we are set up to catch a baseball. And that's what we're going to do right now, is we're going to go into signs. And signs are very important because we have so many people that steal signs nowadays. And what we want to try to do is get ourselves in position to not be able to reveal signs to the first base coach, third base coach. What we want to try to do is get our knees pointed straight ahead, elbow against your body with your hand tucked in here. Here is what we do with this glove. What we want to try to do is hide the signs from the third base coach. Now this is basically how we're going to give a sign. What we want to try to do is, and especially with runners at second base, is we want to try to differentiate what we do. Usually a fastball 1, curveball 2, slider 3, changeup is the wiggle. What we want to try to do is change those with runners at second base. And what we used to do is we used to use the second sign, first sign after fastball. But the basic thing is, at the level that we're at right now, I would say second sign with a runner at second base is your best option. So if we stick a 1, 2, 1 down with a second sign, that means the curveball's coming. If we stick 2, 1, 2 down, that means that a fastball's coming. What you want to try to do is deke the runner at second base so he cannot relay signs to the hitter at the plate. Now that's basically what we want to try to do. There's a lot of variations between what signs you want to use. You can use 2-5 fastball, you can use a bunch of things, but I suggest at the early stages is that we get ourselves in position to get ourselves a sign, second sign. Now if you notice, he's got his elbow up against his body here. What we want to do with that, if we start getting in a position where we're throwing a 1 down and then a 2 down and our elbow comes out, now that can be relayed to the hitter. What we want to try to do is always keep ourselves in a position to where we always have the same setup, the same sign sequence, so that we will not give anything away to the opposing players and give them an advantage at the plate. And I think you've got the ideas about sign and positioning. So let's get back to the next segment of our catching instruction.